Hi. Today we're going to construct a clock together, so make sure you have paper and pencil ready. I am showing you two clocks, and in today's world we have two types of clocks people use a lot to tell what time it is. The round clock that you're looking at, you may see in a school, in a library, or in a gym, and this is called an analog clock. And the other one that says 1200 is a digital clock. Both clocks are showing the same time, and you may forget their names, but it is important to be able to tell time on both types. So today we're going to construct this, which means we're going to build it. So what I want you to do on your paper is first to draw a circle and put a dot in the center. And just remember, it doesn't have to be perfect because we are just learning. So draw on your paper the circle with the dot in the middle like the one I'm showing you. Because we are making our analog clock. Now the next thing we're going to do to make our analog clock is to draw two lines through the center. We're going to cut this circle in half and then we're going to cut it in half again. So let's do that. You can watch me and then do it, or you can do it with me. So I'm going to cut my circle in half. Right now I have two parts. Then I'm going to cut it this way. And by doing that, I make four parts. All right. Now, that does not look like an analog clock yet. We're missing some parts. So let's go on. The next thing I want you to do in each of the four parts, I want you to divide it again three ways. So I'll show you what to do and then you can do it on your paper. Okay, so I have my first part, my first quarter, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to divide it three ways, like three pizza slices there. But it doesn't have to be perfect because we're just practicing. I'm going to go into my second one. I'm going to divide that three ways. My third section. I want you to do the same thing. You can pause the video. Okay, there it is. There's my analog clock. Something's missing. What's missing? What do you notice is missing? We need numbers. We can't have a clock with no numbers, right? Okay, so let's put our numbers on here. You can write them. I'm going to use my handy dandy drawing tool here. Okay, so my first bar right here is going to be 1. Then 2. It's going to go right in order. Next one's going to be 3. Then 4. Then 5. And way at the bottom, halfway around the clock is 6. Halfway around the clock is 6. Then 7. I bet you're ahead of me putting your numbers on yours, right? 8. Oops, 8. 9. 10. 11. And at the very top is 12. Okay, let me move this up a little bit. All right. All right, there we go. So we have our analog clock. We're all done. Still looks a little funny. Something's missing. Oh, right. We have to put our hands on it, our big and small hands on it so we can actually tell time. All right, so our big hand is our long hand, and that tells us our minutes. So let me draw one here, and you can draw one. I'm going to draw it from the center up to the top of the clock, which is actually says 12 there. And then our small hand is going to go to the hour. So let me do a different color there. Okay, so our hour is going to be right there. And I'm not going to go the whole way, and I don't want you either all the way to the 4 because this is only our hour hand. But this tells me that it is 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Now, you might say to me, well, I think that's a little silly because it's pointing to the 12, right? Why isn't it 4:12? Because it is pointing to the 12. And the clock starts here, so this means that 0 minutes have gone by. 0. This is where the clock starts for the minute hand. Okay? So this is 4 o'clock. In case you had a question about that. Now let's practice this one together. All right? So the small hand is the hour. Small hand doesn't go all the way to the 5. The minute hand goes to the 12, so we know no time, no minutes. So that's going to be 0. So it's going to be 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Let me put that over here. And you can write it on your paper too. Draw that. Take a minute to draw that on your paper. All right, so now that we've constructed a clock, we've built our very own clock, let's try to tell time with it. So I'm showing you a clock there. What time is it? I'm going to look at the hour hand. I bet you already know. Write it down on your paper. Hour hand is pointing to the 8. The minute hand is pointing to the 12, which means no minutes have gone by. And it is 8 o'clock. I think that's time to go to bed. Okay, see you next time. Bye.